Grant. So good evening, and thank you for your patience while I worked up this video. So hey, I was thinking about what might be helpful, and I really want you to be happy, of course, number one, and the second is to enjoy the learning process, and the third is to have measurable outcomes. So how about we get up into some warm-ups here. I know you want to use all three fingers. You've mentioned that. It's sort of like that gives you the ability to use just two if you would like, but always to have the fluency to play all three. So let's do some rolls. All right, so a roll is going to be something, if you're really serious about building your finger style every day, even if you have 5 or 7 minutes a day only to practice, the idea is to pick up the guitar and be focused and go. So I'm going to splice together several things for you here. I'm going to keep it short because YouTube has limited me to 15 minutes only because of copyright violations and trying to teach students songs that they like to play. So our thumb is going to play string 5. Our first finger is going to, our ring finger is going to play string 1. Our middle finger is going to play string 1. And our first finger is going to play string 1 as such. I'm just making an A minor chord over here. So start, okay, example 1. Let's make this quick because I want to get lots of snippets in here for you so you can build up a nice right hand regimen. 44 beats a minute. Doesn't seem like much, but when considering you got to stuff 4 notes in there, 16, so 1 E and a 2 E and a 3 E and a, you want it to be fluid with no pauses, and every finger is using pressure which sounds the same to your ear, so it's not one strong and the next weak. I'm using a rest stroke to go string 5 to 4. I'll be right back with a metronome increase. For this example, I'd like to use the A minor chord, but I'd like to walk the thumb. So we're going to set the metronome back very slow, and we're going to first use the thumb to play the 5th string, and then the 4th string, and then the 3rd string. Because remember, our 3 fingers are getting limbered up, and they're playing on string 1 only. Okay, so without the metronome, the exercise will sound like this. 1 E and a 2 E and a 3 E and a 1 E and a 1 E. Okay, metronome time. Let's do 44. Three, four. One, two, three, four. Applications. So we're starting to limber up our right hand. This is a great warm-up for you to do. Actually, if you only have 5 to 7 minutes a day on the guitar, those first set of examples would just be great to do in general. Now what we're going to do is apply it a little bit to a pentatonic, okay? So if you can think in terms of our song, which since there's such strong copyright things on YouTube apparently, let's just call our song Pink Trailers. Pink Trailer, how's that? Pink Trailer. So we're going to play the E minor pentatonic here, box 1. I'm really hoping that fluency in this was really going to help you feel like when you're thumping a bass, you have some liberation in your hand. So this E minor pentatonic can work against an E7 chord. It can work against an E minor pretty nicely as well, or an E minor 7th. So let's run it. First, we're going to play strings 6, 5, and 4 with our thumb, and strings 3, 2, and 1, walking our first 2 fingers. Now let's play it. Yeah, we're going to add a blue note. We're going to add the first fret of the A string and the third fret of the G string. Again, string 6, thumb, thumb. String 5, thumb, thumb, thumb. String 4, thumb, thumb. String 3, walk, walk. So it'll be 3 notes on string 3. So we'll walk, index, middle, index. String 2 will be middle, index, and string 3 will be index, middle. They're always alternating. So we have I have a tendency to use rest strokes. I like a nice strong bass. Maybe you don't. That's cool. It depends on the song, I guess. 1, 2, 3, 4. Metronome time. 54. I think a lot of people would normally use their thumbs on string 3, but we're sticking to our 3-finger rule. Next, I'm going right up to 72 to save time. Alright, so if all that has gone well for you, that itself would be a wonderful thing to be able to master. Using our tremolos as a warm-up. Even slow. That is beautiful right there. Then adding in playing the scale, and now we're going to do both. We're going to play a pedal bass with some scale on top, okay? So I'm thinking of a lick from a blues song. It is. Just leaving out the bass note for a minute. That's in the tab. You want grease on that when you go. There's a little grease there with the bend. And then sliding in from fret 3 to 4 on the G string. See that slide from fret 4 to 2? Alright, I'm going to do it with the metronome. Let's break down the syncopation. Middle finger plucking on the high E string like up, 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 up. It would be a good time to enjoy your beverage if you have one. Just get that in you, man, until you don't even need a metronome. Remember, the heel of your foot, when you tap your foot, the heel of your foot is the bass drum. Let the heel of your foot come down on the downbeat. That's the downbeat. Get that thumb resting. Not like that, but you want to mute it with the back of your hand. Then have the two call and answer. Call with the bass, answer with the treble string. And they're not allowed to talk at the same time, so you gotta mute that, choke that, and then choke that, right? Now, we're going to add that. We're going to add that funky little 3rd fret bend up. And here's how we're going to do it. You're going to pinch. You're going to play simultaneously the thumb and that 3rd fret pinch coming up. You're going to go 1, 1 and 2, 1 and 2. And on that downbeat of 2, you feel that heel of your foot coming down with the metronome. On that downbeat of 2, you're going to be playing. If you get sick of using your middle finger or it starts to blister, use your index. So that's part 1. Ready for part 2 of the lick. Triple Ed. My right hand. Triple Ed. Triple Ed. Triple Ed. 4 E and So we had a triplet. Triple Ed. And then the next beat we've got a 16th. Triple Ed. 4 E and Triple Ed. 4 E and And for that one I'm going. 3rd string, fret 4 to fret 2, open, 4th string, 2, open. So we have a triplet and a 4 E and And that comes around real strong downbeat of the next one for that. 2, 3, 4, 1. Let me get it together and do one last video. All right, here we go. So I'm gonna keep the metronome. I'm gonna slow it down to 48. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1. Here comes the thumb on the downbeats. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1. One, 2, 3, 4, 1. All right, I'm gonna get that tab written now, and here we are. We're gonna just play a little. Yeah.